School. It's where I've put most of my time and effort over the last-ish 4 months, once again.
And holy has it been draining. It's not even just me that's been going through it either. My laptop keyboard is dying, my mouse is dying, my headphones are dying, my profile photo didn't survive. Actually, a lot of them didn't survive. My username didn't survive, and my glasses didn't survive. It's been a mess. But hey, it's over now, finally. And there's actually some pretty cool stuff that I made that I thought it'd be a shame if it never saw the light of day. So here's a showcase of the stuff I made throughout my fourth and final semester of college.
The first project I'm going to talk about is the normal portrait. This is a portrait of the musician Will Wood made out of the lyrics to one of his songs, Love Me Normally. What's notable here is that the text doesn't change color at all, rather it's the weight of the type itself that's conveying value. These are the only two colors used in the entire image, black and this warm orange. My autumn 2024 semester saw two older versions of this portrait be made, however, these only use the bridge of the song. That made most details far harder to see up close, so I'm really glad I got a third chance to perfect this portrait. Let's move on to the Bottled Rubbish package redesign. Here, the goal was to redesign the package for some kind of product. In 2022, I made a parody commercial by the name of Bottled Rubbish, a soft drink with highly questionable products within. Then, in spring 2024, I made this new version of the Bottled Rubbish can by making a full label and adding it to a 3D render. Not related to college work, a few weeks ago I gave that label a few edits and made this graphic using the updated texture. Honestly, I might end up making a new version of the commercial, but that's a future project. Back to the past now, while the assignment from a year prior focused on the design of the can, this assignment focused more on the design of the case for the cans. I wanted to make something more unique than a simple rectangular prism, and ended up with this design that houses 7 cans instead of the usual 6 or 12. The handle goes on top of the case, and the logo is printed onto the side. A benefit of this case design is that space is used a lot more efficiently, while still allowing cases to flawlessly tile with each other. I unfortunately didn't get the chance to physically make and test this, so I don't know how well this would hold up, especially with 7 full cans housed within. I'm not an engineer after all. But I certainly think it'd be cool to see more case designs that aren't just the same boring slab over and over again. Next came the fictional business logos, which were made to strengthen my portfolio. 5 logos were made here: Greenfield Credit Union, Sternline and Partners, a law firm, Pathcrosser, a dating service, WFNJ-FM, a radio station, and KQZ-TV, a TV station. Of the 5, I think my designs for WFNJ-FM are by far the strongest, though I also like the designs for KQZ-TV and Sternline and Partners. This project, despite being for fictional clients, was very enjoyable and allowed me to experiment with designs in a number of different ways that I'd often been unable to in other assignments, as well as practice what the process of working for an actual client would be like. Finally, while this wasn't for an assignment, to celebrate myself getting through the 4 overwhelmingly difficult semesters of college, I made this piece called A College Survival Story. This piece contains references to a whole bunch of earlier pieces throughout my time in college. How many pieces were referenced, you ask? Well, the pieces are Shelf City, Triangle Scatter, Autumn 2023 Self-Portrait, Gallery of Dreams, From the Other Realm, The Comet, Graphic Design 1 Midterm, pages 6 and 7. Why didn't I name those? The Normal Portrait, sort of. This is really more of a general Will Wood reference, but you get the point. And of course, the Skies of Painting, which was the base piece used. So 9 pieces in total. This piece was a heartfelt reflection of the battles I've fought over the last 2 years and was a fun and meaningful way to send off my time in college.
So you may be wondering, now that I have my degree, where am I going from here? Excellent question. I don't know. Although I do know I'm not going back to school. 2 years of this was taxing enough on my health, and I don't think I can handle another semester of this, let alone 2 or more years. Between the stress of constantly fearing I wouldn't graduate for whatever reason, and trying to navigate my next steps after college, this semester was extremely stressful. It's also why the time between the semester ending and the showcase video coming out has been the longest by far out of the 4 I've made. My main piece of advice here is that, regardless of whether you go in person, remote, or whatever, have friends to lean upon in hard times, because, speaking from experience, it helps out a lot. But you know what? Despite all the stress, setbacks, bullshit, suffering, and bullshit again, I still made it through. So I suppose it's time to move on now, to whatever comes next for me. The future's pretty nebulous, but I'm ready to charge into it at full speed. Thanks for both watching this video and sticking with me for the last 2 years.